is different. We don't use paper cartridges like they did in the Civil War. Okay, that's a safety reason. I want you to imagine there are 72 positions on this line. Okay? At a national event, you will have 3 teams at each position shooting in relays. Can you imagine how badly that field is going to be on fire with paper cartridges? That's why we don't use them. Okay? Also, if you guys are doing this, don't get rattled. Nobody's going to get hurt. We're going to show the way we've been doing it. We've been doing it for more than 50 plus years and have yet to have a serious firearms related injury. Okay? Okay. This is your standard rifled musket right here. Okay? This is a 2-band. You know, so reenactors, you guys will, you know what a 3-band is, you know the difference. Okay? This is actually technically a rifle. The long ones that look like, you could reach out to the moon with it, those are actually rifled muskets. Okay? Everybody get in closer, all you recruits get in closer because you're going to need to see this. All right. When you load a musket in the North-South Skirmish Association, this is how we do it. One thing is, you're going to put the musket down in front of you. And you think, or actually facing like this. Okay? When it's facing like this, its natural inclination is to lean away from you. You are going to keep this arm straight, right here. If you keep this straight, this arm straight, it's next to impossible to muzzle yourself or anybody else. Okay? As with any firearm, you are cognizant at all times of where this muzzle is facing. Okay? Your left arm serves the purpose of keeping that away from your body. Okay? For those with shorter guns, it's principles the same. Okay? Now, when you load, this is what we use to load. If I actually have one in here. Okay? There we go. We'll use plastic or rubber cartridges that hold a bullet. Now, this is what we call the old man's bullet, or the old man's cartridge, because I can see that it's got powder in it. You don't have to use that, but a lot of people do, just because we're old and feeble. Okay, but you young bucks can do what you want. All right, when you load, you will take this, and you can either bite it, or you can pull it off with your fingers, up to you. Before you worry about it, you're not going to get lead in your system by biting it, especially if your bullets are loose, unless you decide you want to chew it. And I'm not going to mess with you if you are able to chew it, okay? I'm going to go, okay, that's on you, Bite it. You're going to pour the powder like this. See that? Now, pay very close attention to the motion. You want your hand to spend as little time over that muzzle as it can. You do not want to be sitting there, and don't do this like that. Not because if you do that, we have these things that happen out here, and the king of them, Joey, isn't here this time, but he's the guy that gets cook-offs like every other shoot. A cook-off is when sometimes, especially when it's damp, today should be okay, that the powder will go off as soon as you pour it down in there. It happens at reenactments too, all right? It goes off. If your hand is like this, boom. The worst that happens is you get your fingers singed, You have to clean out your underwear, you know, maybe readjust your hat, okay? If you have your hand like this, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Because it's going to take the whole impact of that. And if you're shooting barehanded, I don't shoot barehanded because I'm a sissy. But if you shoot barehanded and you do that and get a cook-off, well, your day is pretty much screwed at that point. And you're probably on your way to the emergency room. Okay? Now, this is a mini bullet. Okay? It was invented by a man named Claude Monet. Okay, and we hillbillies got it, and it went to mini. It's hollow based. There's a whole big empty cavity in the back of it. You will put the cavity side down. Okay, so when the powder goes off, it expands the soft lead, and that grabs the rifling. That's how you can load and fire so fast. We have guys in this association that can fire 5 aimed shots a minute and not miss. Okay, I am not one of them. I used to be pretty good, but you know, age catches up with us all. When you put this on, look at my hands closely. I'm putting it on, hollow base down, okay? At no point is my hand over this muzzle. You do not want your hand over the muzzle. You push it down with your fingers like this, okay? Do not put your thumb over it. Round ballers do that a lot. We don't do it at all. Because if you're doing that and you get a cook-off and you got your thumb over it, goodbye thumb. You're going to be called Stumpy after that. The next action you will take is to ram. This is the end of the rammer you will use. I figure most of you got enough sense to be able to do that. But you'd be surprised. We'd be surprised. Put it on the bullet. Easy peasy. One tap. Every gun's a little different, okay? But you saw how easy that went down, right? Believe it or not, if you sized them right and lubed them right, they'll go like that the whole shoot for you. But one down, it's seated, comes out, put your rammer away. You'll be up closer to these things than I am. Then you'll bring the gun up, okay? Always pay attention to where that muzzle is. Facing down range, you'll do this, cock it, and maybe get the cap off. Reach inside this pouch. You've all got these pouches, right? Okay. Then you'll cap the round. This is a percussion cap. Okay, you've seen flint locks and all that other kind of crap. This is a percussion cap gun. These are musket caps. Inside of that is fulminated mercury. Okay? We'll put this on here. This will be at the command, load and come to the ready. That's when you start the whole loading thing. We normally have about a minute to load on the first one. Okay? The first one, about a minute to load. Some tower people are a lot faster, some are a lot slower. There you go. They'll say, come to the ready. This is the ready. Not this, not this, not this. This is the ready. You're right here, down, waiting for the horn to blow. And the tower will tell you, all firing will stop and start, or start and stop at the sound of the horn. Okay? You fire before it, you fire after it, you're gone. Okay? After it, he'll say, after a relay, he'll say, unload any loaded firearms into the backstop. If you're in the middle of loading, you finish. and then you shoot into the backstop. You don't shoot at the targets. You see that back there, that's hillside? We call that the Virginia lead mine. Okay, and that's because there's a lot of lead out there. When you hear the horn go, bring it up, aim. Okay? I know, I don't expect all of you to remember this, okay? All at once. Your mentors are going to reinforce this. Don't get overwhelmed. And dumbass hillbillies like us can do it. You can do it. All right? We do this not for money, not for prizes, anything like this. We do this because we love it. Okay? And when you become, if you decide to join our dysfunctional family, okay, you will understand why we do it, and you're going to have a ball. We're like our own screwed up little group down here. What was I going to say? Well, it doesn't matter. Okay. Pay attention to your mentors. Okay. Listen to them. They got a world of experience with this. The first relay is all about you guys just learning what to do. All right. That's all it's going to be, is learning how to get the gun up. We don't care if you hit anything. We want you to leave with all your fingers and toes that you came with. And if you leave with that, you've had a good shoot. Doesn't matter whether you hit a damn thing. Okay? But you're going to learn how to shoot this. And then from there on in, that's on you. What you do from there is up to you guys. All right? We hope you join us and become part of the family. You'll join a unit, and from there, you'll become part of that family. It's like a group of families. Each team is a family, dysfunctional as it can be at different times, and that team is part of the larger skirmish family. Okay? So we're a whole, and we don't care if you want to wear blue or gray or purple or whatever. Now, guys that are reenactors and stuff like that, don't get caught up on the uniforms. All right? Our uniforms are honorific. We're not striving for authenticity. Each unit's a little different, okay? But for us, this is about honoring the people that did this for real. Okay? This is how we teach history. That's why we call it kinetic living history. And if you guys join, you guys come out to a nationals, and you see 572 people firing at the same time, it gets real, very real, very quick, of what it must have been like to be in a Civil War battle. How many of you guys have looked at like the 48th videos and stuff on Facebook? Okay, you see we call it fog of war. Okay, that's, to be in the middle of that is something else. But we want you to have fun. We want you to have a good time out here, even if you decide not to join us. Please speak kindly of us, and don't just go, God, they're a weird bunch. Well, we are weird, but we're a fun weird bunch. All right, Trent, you got anything?
No, sir.
Welcome to Fort Shenandoah. Brian, 10 minutes to the line.
Got it.
Oh, wait. No.
Targets.
Get them. Get someone clear. Get them to get the mentors to get some targets on them.